Amazon FBA, which means fulfilled by Amazon. So essentially what you do is you provide product to Amazon that you bought for $1. It sells on Amazon for $10. You made yourself $8. And it's not even a side hustle. It is a legitimate six-figure income. And I think this is I'm not going to say as easy, but it is pretty easy to accomplish.
Well, I think the biggest thing with FBA is that you control the product you're getting. So like with the crate situation, when you're doing wholesale crates from Amazon, they're essentially sending you product that has been returned to them, and you're essentially gambling that product or that crate or that pallet, because it's essentially a pallet. It's not a crate, it's a pallet. When you get that pallet literally dropped off to you by a massive UPS truck, that there's enough product on that pallet for you to then be able to make a profit.
Yeah, an 18-wheeler pulls up in front of your house.
Yep.
And drops that pallet in your garage.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what
that's
happens.
it.
And you have to break that pallet down, list it all on eBay, list it all on OfferUp, and try to make money.
Yep.
We did. And you know what? Thank God for propane heaters.
We did well
because
on those.
At the end of the day, we sold a bunch of propane heaters that made us a bunch of money. But it was really labor intensive.
Yeah.
To the point where I just didn't have the time or the effort needed to do it.
And we were trying to do that while we were at the crappy radio station in Phoenix, and the problem was, I think for us, is that we were getting up so early to do a morning radio show, and then when we would try to sell all day, then we would come home, we would go to the gym, and then at night we would have to do it, and we were just exhausted. We didn't have the stamina.
Yeah, it absolutely didn't fit. And so when you look at Amazon arbitrage, Amazon FBA, it is far less effort. You have no inventory to store. So essentially what you do, and the reason I have this on my desk, this is a ball jar. So people love these things. I don't know why. It's for canning. It literally is a box of 4 mini glass jars.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
$4.96.
At the store.
At the store is what I paid for this. It is selling on Amazon for $22. So I listed 10 of them. Okay, to buy those 10 cost me $50.
Uh-huh.
If all 10 of them sell at $22, do the math. That's $222. I paid $50.
Yep.
Right? So
you're probably going to make after fees and everything, you're probably going to make $130.
Yeah. And it wasn't very difficult. All I have to do is go to the store, buy that stuff, list it, pack it, send it to Amazon, because you send it to their warehouse, and
Amazon takes care of the rest.
They do everything else. It's on Amazon. They sell it, and they fulfill it, which is FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. That's it. And then they deposit money into your bank account. Done. That's all it is. To do it full time, it's about 3 hours a day. And most people do it 5-6 days a week. And the number one Amazon FBA seller last year sold for $14 million.
Yep. And that's the cool thing about the business is you can scale it up. So in the beginning, when you don't have a lot of money, well, obviously you're not going to be spending, $50,000 a month on product, right? But so with where we're in the beginning stages. I don't know quite yet how much we're going to spend on product and how we're going to do that. But I think the cool thing is as soon as you start making money, you can just take that money and put it right back in to buy your next round of product. And so it has this snowball effect, which is why everybody likes it. And so what ends up happening is you're able to scale this thing up over the next 5 to 6 months. You're making a ton of money every month, probably more money than we'd be able to make at Yelp. Honestly, just being realistic, we can do that. Once we're able to do that, then that frees up our day and we get our time back. And that's really the core of why it's such a great side hustle.
Well, and I think one of the things that really stands out to me is that you have a situation where it doesn't require almost any investment from you. Up front, your cost is the product.
But that's the cool thing. You control that cost, and you're only buying. So the cool thing is with this side hustle, Amazon provides you a seller app. So you can scan every item. Like the reason you bought 10 of those can things or the jar things you just showed them is because you scan that at the store, and Amazon told you, hey, based on you plug in how much you're paying for it, right? Hey, I'm paying $5 for it. Amazon's going to tell you, well, it's selling for 22 on our site. We're going to charge you $8 in fees for fulfilling the product, right? That's their cut of what they're doing.
Correct.
Then your profit is what's left. And so then you're able to say, okay, well, if that's what I get on one, what if I bought 25 of them and sold them all? Boom. That's what this is.
Yeah. How long does it take you to make money? It seems like it's labor intensive. It actually doesn't.
You get paid every 2 weeks on this setup, but what you'll see, and the cool thing is you can track the profit as it comes into your account. So Amazon has an entire dashboard, whether you want to do it on your phone or on a desktop. It shows you, it literally says, hey, sales today, sales for a 30-day period, what we're going to pay you, whenever that next pay period comes up. They pay you every 2 weeks, just like a normal job would.
Yep.
So,
usually, based on Amazon statistics, the average new seller becomes profitable within 17 days. Your usual profit percentage within 3 months is 20%. And the average, FBA seller becomes profitable and it depends on how you do it, but the average FBA seller is making 20% profit within 3 months.
And you can make
on
more
the regular.
Of that. You can make more than that, but you have to really do your homework and understand what you're getting.
Yeah. Well, guys, how much money are we Barry? Barry is always negative. Mm-hmm. How much money are we talking about? Because my time's far more valuable than that. I'm retired. I have a nest egg. Why do I care about this?
Because it's something for you to do, and it's something you can make a lot of money on. So you're telling me, Barry, answer
Correct.
this question, Barry. You're telling me that if you spent $1, sold the product for $10, and then made $7 on your investment, that's not worth your time? You'd rather just be sitting on the couch chilling rather than making $7?
And working 3 hours a day.
And that's the other side of this. Yeah, it's not. And that, by far, is the biggest thing here. Yelp requires you, or any company requires you, to work,
It's not, for me, Yelp is 9.5, 10 hours a day.
Yeah, it's 9.5, 10 hours a day. And
I make really good money, don't get me wrong. My benefits are incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it is unbelievable. The benefits and the income that you make at Yelp.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Now, I'm a top performer. Both of us are in the top 1% at Yelp, so we make incredible money. A raw number that Amazon puts out, and really it's not even Amazon, it's an Amazon watchdog, says that overwhelmingly means the top 20% of FBA sellers, the top 20% make a minimum of $5,000 a month selling on Amazon. So if you do the math, that's what your take home is. $60,000 a month you're taking home.
Mm-hmm. A year.
At a minimum.
60 a year.
So would you,
Yeah.
A year. What did I say?
A month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you can do 60 a month.
Easily. But again, the top guy made $14 million last year selling Amazon FBA. His main product line, his main product line is headphones. He buys in bulk. He buys thousands of Apple knockoff earbuds from a Chinese earbud maker, and he sells them on Amazon.
Yeah.
And that one product, I want to say, made him $4 million last year.
And that's the other thing, too, within FBA. There's two ways you can do it. You can do what's called retail, which is you go into the store, which is what we'll be doing starting out, which is what I think everybody should be doing starting out, is go into the store, spend a half hour to an hour in a Walmart, a Target, TJ Maxx, any of those kind of places. Go to the clearance section, go to the toy section, anywhere you want to go, find your product, and then you sell that. Now, the other way, and that's what you're talking about with this guy who made $14 million last year, is you can go onto the websites and have the product shipped to you.
Yes.
And then you ship it to Amazon. And there's a lot of money in that, but to do that, it's a lot more money up front, which is why everybody starts in retail, then goes online.
Yeah, he invested, and this is the other thing. And if you go on YouTube, by the way, just search Amazon FBA, and all the how-to videos come up. But he invested $6,000 in those headphones last year, and he made millions on them. So it's a pretty good deal. Giggity says, does Amazon suggest what to go and buy and sell, or Are you looking for deals in stores, then using Amazon to sell at a profit? So the actual X's and O's of it is you have an app on your phone, the Amazon Seller app.
Which is different than the regular Amazon app, just to be
exactly
clear. It's different.
You have to, you have to apply for an Amazon Seller account. You have to do things, you have to send in certain documentation, and then you get authorized to sell on Amazon. You become an Amazon authorized seller. You get an Amazon Seller app. In that app is a feature where you scan barcodes, like at Walmart, or a lot of people go to Walgreens, and they will scan items. And it will tell you, here's what it's selling for on Amazon. Here is the high, here is the low, here is the average. If you sell this right now on Amazon, it's going to sell for $10. Our fee is going to be $3. Your profit's going to be $7. Those are made up numbers. But essentially, hey, my profit's $7. I just paid $1 for this at Walgreens. I just made $6.
Oh, and they have 100 in stock?
Here, let me buy 100
and then sell them. Yeah.
Yeah. So Amazon Giggity doesn't tell you what to buy or sell.
And the cool thing is, while we're on X's and O's, let's say that was a situation you were in where you're buying something small, but you bought it in quantity at a retail store. The cool thing with this FBA setup is that you don't have to box each individual item.
No.
Amazon allows you to send your packages in one big box with the caveat of the box cannot weigh more than 50 pounds. So when we talk about like time and is this laborious, it's really not laborious. You got to go to the store, get your product, bring it home, upload one item into your seller's account. They ask you, hey, how many of these do you have? You type in, I have 100 of these. Then Amazon is going to say, okay, well then here you need to print out just 100 like little mini labels. You put that on each item, and then you throw it in the box, and you send it out. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Once it's sent to Amazon, you're done. You're out of the process and on to the next.
You quickly learn that, like, if you are at Lowe's and Home Depot are another great place to do this. If you go to Lowe's and you buy, there was like a power sprayer at Lowe's that was on sale for $38, but it was on Amazon for like $210. And you have 5 of them sitting here. So the actual mechanics are, and we watch this guy do this, you post 5 of those on Amazon before you even pay for them. By the time he got to his car, all 5 of them were sold. Now, is that typical? Probably not. But in that situation, you've already made your money before you even paid for them.
Yeah.
Because you list them right now.
Yeah.
So it's not rocket science. It sounds complicated. It takes about 3 minutes to do all of this.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing it. We're going to try it. Now, there are some things you need to know. There's a process called getting ungated. There's a lot of things you are not allowed to sell as a new seller, like Barbie dolls. There's huge profit on Amazon in Barbie dolls because you can get them at Target, Walmart, wherever on sale. Clearance sections, you'll find Barbie dolls just sitting in clearance sections. If you scan those into Amazon, you're probably going to make 3 to 1 on that Barbie doll and more. The problem is, as a new seller, they want to make sure that you're selling legitimate products. So you can't sell most major brands. You can't sell Nike. You can't sell toys. You can't sell, you can't sell most major brands until you prove yourself that you're legitimate and you're not selling fake products. Or if you sell your own products, like the headphone guy sold his own products. That's why he's able to do that. So there are some caveats. It can be frustrating at times to go through Amazon's process because, like you had to open your seller's account. You had to set up a seller's account, send in driver's license pictures, all this stuff.
Yeah.
They sent you a card, then you had to go through a phone interview.
Yeah, it's actually a video chat interview where you have to you got to show them your government issued ID, whatever you decide to use. They talk to you, I'm assuming, and it literally just is a process. You just have to get to a point where you're good to go. So I don't mind, yes, it'll be frustrating when I find a good deal and I can't sell it because I don't have access to it yet. But at the end of the day, you're standing in a warehouse full of good deals. You just got to go and find them. And that's what I like about it. I mean, the thing that you have to remember is Everybody had to start at ground zero. Everybody.
Yeah.
So it's just like anything else in life. And this is kind of what I was saying at the beginning of the conversation. Everyone thinks, oh, well, these millionaires got rich quick. Well, sure, some won the lottery. Most millionaires are not made quick. They are made over 10 to 15-year periods. This Amazon thing, you got to do it. If you do it consistently and you do it 5-6 days a week and you just put a couple hours, like 2 hours in a day, like something simple, you're going to make good money and you're going to have a nice, efficient process to the point where by the end of the year, you can think about getting out of your 9 to 5 and doing it like 4 or 5 hours a day if you want to, and really making a ton of money doing it.
It's legit. If you're willing to put in the time and the effort to make money, which is, here's the other thing, Barry is saying, so my son lost his job in July, and we talked about this on your show. He got COVID. He hasn't been able to find a job, and now in March he's going to lose his unemployment benefits. Are you really telling me this is a legitimate income stream? Please don't fuck with me on this. I'm not.
We're not. Okay, first of all,
you.
Bear, if you want to get all legal about it and stuff, we're not providing professional advice. But what we are saying is that for some in the middle of a pandemic, when jobs are not readily available, this is something legitimate. And by the way, I can't speak to how much content we'll be able to put out initially, just because we are still at Yelp. But we will be making videos on this FBA process. We will be putting out content on it, and I think that it'll show you, hey, we're literally standing at Target or Walmart the other day in the makeup section looking at products. We were in the toy section. We were in all these different sections just scanning products, and that's one of the biggest things up front. Scan everything. Don't make judgments about products. Literally scan everything in front of you, because you never know when you'll find that one product that's like, boom, I can get that.
Don't take our word for it. Get on YouTube and search how to Amazon FBA.
Yeah.
And 1,000,001 videos will show up.
Because that's how we found out about it. I didn't know about it till a couple weeks ago. I happened upon it, and then I started doing a bunch of research on it, and then I looped him in, and then So
well,
now
and I've known about it for a while. Just being a YouTuber, I see a lot of those videos in my feed.
Yeah.
But I never knew what the top end was.
Right.
And I assumed, because I'm an idiot, I assume a lot of things. Through the effort of the crate thing, I didn't want to go through that again.
Right.
I don't have the space now, and I just don't have the time and effort to do it.
Right.
This is idiot-proof.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's...
Yeah, and it's
seriously.
controllable. That's the biggest thing. Like, to Barry, for your son, it's controllable. Your son doesn't have to put out $10,000 up front to get started. You can literally you could spend $50 if you want to start super small and gradually scale up and like prove it on a really small basis. You can do that. Now, if you don't have a seller's account, you're going to have to go through that process, which is about a 10-day process. I applied last week, and I wasn't able to get a video call for verification until Thursday. So that's what my video call is going to be. And then after that, I will be good to go. And then we're each going to have a seller's account. And that's the other cool thing, Barry, and people out there listening to this, you can, if you're doing this with your family, you can each have an individual seller's account. So you don't have to split profits or any of that stuff.
And by the way, I've had a seller's account for years. I was looking the other day. I opened my seller account in 2016.
Yeah.
So I've had a seller's account, so I just had to get re-verified.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm able to do it already, and Jake has to wait for his video call. But anyway, here and there. There are a lot of questions. You can keep commenting on our YouTube channel, or as Barry does, you can obnoxiously just send me messages.
Yeah.
But we're happy to answer those questions for you, because it is a legitimate business source. A lot of people in the pandemic have started selling on Amazon because it's low investment up front. It's almost nothing up front, and it takes very little time and effort, and it's not difficult. So check that out. Make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, and of course, make sure that you give us a thumbs up. Anywhere you want to find us, we're on social, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just search The Monty Show. Monty, The Monty Show. Until tomorrow, say, let's go make some money balayaging, Jake.
Let's go make some money balayaging, Jake.